Welcome to Two Moms Talking. This is our very first episode. Think of this podcast as our little mom group chat, except we hit the record button and we're inviting you in to come and hang out with us. Every week, we will be talking about trending topics. We're talking about parenting. We're talking about our kids. And honestly, just trying to make sense of the world that we are raising them in without pretending like we have everything figured out.
Hi, I'm Emily, your mom friend. I have a 10-year-old boy. So right now I'm in a stage in my life that I can spend a little bit more time on myself. I am the one that I will try to bring the calm energy in the conversations, especially when it comes to AI, finance, and any of the topics to talk about.
I'm Sarah, your other mom friend. I'm really going through the trenches right now. I have three kids. I have a 10-year-old as well. I have a 7-year-old and I have an 18-month-old. He is just running our household. So, yes, I am tired. I'm slightly unhinged and I'm trying to remind myself to stay hydrated.
So, disclaimer, we are not experts in any of the areas we will be talking about. We're just two moms trying to give our 2 cents on the things that are happening around us. So, I will invite you to join us. Think of it as a little group chat that you're going to be chatting with us.
Yes. So whether you are folding your laundry or you are driving your kids to appointments or to activities, or even just staying in your car for that extra 5 minutes in the parking lot for a peace and quiet, I get you. So welcome to Two Moms Talking.
Welcome.
Okay, so
First episode, Sarah.
first episode.
I know.
This is a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah, sorry if we're a little bit awkward. We have never done this before. And
Yes.
I'm also a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to be sipping on my tea. Otherwise, I'll lose my voice.
Yes. I love this tea that you got. I don't. What is
Starbucks.
it again?
It was honey citrus mint tea.
So good.
Amazing.
I think it's just like the perfect sweetness.
Yes.
And I'm trying to stay off from caffeine, actual
Yes.
caffeine. So this is
I
a
am
really,
not,
really good
ironically, but yes.
replacement. No, it's fantastic. Okay, so I have a question for you. Just, going through TikTok and Instagram, do you think that AI is actually smarter than mom brain?
Do I think that? Actually, you know what? I think in certain ways it will be smarter than not just mom brain, but like any human brain. But
Yeah.
it's not like it adds value to our kids' lives that our mom brain can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I definitely have mom brain. Let me ask you this. What is it that you use ChatGPT for to kind of
Yes.
replace mom brain? Because
Yeah.
I have quite a few
Yep.
things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hear yours first.
For me, oh my gosh, I use it honestly. Not I wouldn't even say every day. It's like every hour.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Like to just a lot of things I forget. Or like the definition
Yeah.
of things. Or like when I'm trying to explain things to my son, what it means. And like I just don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So I would just ask ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And my husband still uses Google
Yeah.
all the time. I'm like, this
Really?
is 2026. I'm like,
That's its
no.
go-to now.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, it's still
Okay.
like by
Okay.
default. I think
Yeah.
because I'm really into the like learning this AI. So like to me, the first thing I do is
Yeah.
open my app like ChatGPT. But I think a lot of people like that are like in their 40s
Yeah.
are still trying to like make that transition.
Yeah.
So your default is still Google.
Do you think your
Oh,
parents are
Oh,
using?
my parents are definitely not using
No.
ChatGPT. Yeah,
I wonder,
they're
like,
not.
and I don't know. Yeah, I don't think my parents are. My father-in-law, he's in IT, so he is like he is
Oh.
DeepSeek. Like he's
amazing.
Gemini. He is Claude. Like he's everything. But
Oh, I
he's
love
in that realm
Yeah,
though, you know?
yeah. And it's also one of those things I feel like, actually, come to think of it, some of my mom's friends do
Yeah.
use AI.
Because I mean, you can translate it or change the language
Yeah.
from English
Oh,
to
easily.
Chinese, right?
And I think it's like one of those things once you start using it, then you can't like go back.
Yes.
It becomes your default.
That's actually one of the things that my
Right?
uncle said too, and he's my uncle. It's actually my partner's uncle, so I call him my uncle too, and he said he uses it sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but he's retired now, and he has an accountant background, and he said he doesn't really want to use a whole lot of it
Yeah.
because he wants to use his brain. He wants to
Yeah.
keep those things going. If
No,
he's
that's true.
looking for something, he
That
will
is true.
go on Google to look for the
Yeah.
information instead of taking the shortcut.
But you know that now Google like has the AI summary.
Yes.
So I mean,
So then it kind of
like, it
is,
kind of is that, you
Yeah,
know what
because
I
like your
mean?
eye focuses on
Yeah,
the
like the
first
first
thing that
thing that
comes
comes
up,
up,
right?
right?
Which
Yeah,
is something
yeah,
that we try to teach our
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Don't just go to the first thing that
Yes.
you see and
Yeah.
use that as your resource.
Yeah.
And I think it takes time and
Yeah.
repetition in order for them to understand that,
Yeah.
because these are some of the things that we learned when, growing up from elementary school to
Mhm.
high school. You got to learn all of those steps in order for you to find the answer that you're
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think that that's really important.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
So, what are your three big no's in
One.
terms of allowing your son to be, whether on the internet or your three big no's? I have my three big no's. What are yours?
So for me, I am okay if he goes on watching Netflix. Like I think that kind of screen time I'm like okay with.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he has his kids profile under Netflix, and it's funny. I think when that like is it One Piece? It's one of the animes
Yeah.
that is actually not under a kid's profile. It's under.
It's
It's
not?
not. I'm pretty sure that was. I mean, I don't know my animes, but there are a couple that his friends from school are watching.
Yes.
And I was like, why are you logging under my profile? And it's because it wasn't. I'm like, well, you know what? If it's not on the kid's profile, that means it's not for
not.
kids. So he was not allowed to. So I mean, I'm happy that at least like Netflix had some sort of like filter like that.
Restriction, yeah.
So but for me, and it's always an open space.
Yeah.
So he's not allowed to have any technology like by himself. You
Okay.
know? Like sometimes it's like, I mean, I'm not okay, to be honest, I'm not like watching over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Right, every minute. But just the fact that he knows like mommy and daddy are like right
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just
So
that.
like if he's doing his homework,
Yeah.
does he work off from a laptop or
He goes on to
his computer?
Yeah, his computer.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then are
which is
you-
in the office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So then
it's why I sit there with him.
Gotcha.
Or like,
Okay.
actually, it's funny. So like, the office that like in at our house. So usually my husband will be working.
Yeah.
And he set up the desk right next to him.
Oh, okay.
So like
okay.
he's always like,
Yeah.
So someone's always there when he's
Okay.
using the computer.
So your first big no is no to using any technology alone.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your second?
So no social media.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially like I mean, he's not asking to be having a TikTok account or anything.
Yeah.
But I know he talked about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely not gonna
Yeah.
happen. You know, like there's just so many layers.
Yeah.
But he does watch like YouTube. So like, but then it's on the big TV. Like we're both watching it.
Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
he does have that.
Okay,
So
and
I'm
what's-
always watching, you know,
That's fair.
what he's doing.
And what's your third?
I don't know. Do I have? I probably do. Okay, you start first. Let me think. Come back to you.
Okay. My top three, I have one that's the same as you, which is social media. That's a big no for me.
Mhm.
No Instagram, no TikTok. There are times when I'm watching TikToks and my kids would be around me and we would
Yeah.
watch it together.
Oh yeah, that's totally okay.
But then when I see something that's like, more geared towards my content, I scroll.
Yeah.
I'm like, next.
yeah.
No Instagram.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I don't think
Yeah.
they need that.
You know
What do you
that
need
reminds-
it for? You know,
Yeah,
like
it's
you're in grade 5.
yeah.
You know, my next one. This might be a little bit controversial, but by all means, if you allow your kids, I'm a-okay with it. It's just for my own kid, I am a big no on Roblox. I've seen so many
Mhm.
bad things, and my
I hear
son is
ya.
one of those kids that would get lurked into it, no matter how many times I explained to him the situation.
I hear you.
So for me, Roblox is no. I think it's really mindless. I don't mind video games. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like if they're like RPG games or I don't know, just quest games, I'm okay because there is a mission, you're completing the mission and you moving on to the next thing. But Roblox, there's just too many layers and
Yeah.
there's just too many issues. I just can't. And my son gets upset at me
Yeah.
and he would try to manipulate me. He'll be like, "Well, my friends
Yeah.
are playing it." If you're telling me your friends are playing
Yeah.
it and you're trying to get me to agree with you based on that fact, that's just like an immediate like
Yeah.
no for me, you
For
know?
sure.
But I think it's been a long time that he hasn't played. Now it's not even
Yeah.
like even an issue. He'll see his friends playing it.
Yeah.
He'll talk to me about it and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like
Yeah. And one of those friends will be my son.
yeah, but that's
Because
okay though cuz everybody has
so
different, you know.
yeah, and obviously we've seen you've sent me things, and I know the dangers of or like danger of Roblox. So here's the thing. So there was a time, but when he was younger, like, because
Yeah.
what the kids can what 9, 10,
Yeah.
like they can start.
You know
I believe
they started doing this like face recognition
yeah
thing
for
for
Roblox. Okay,
yes.
I did not know that.
I was baffled. I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
interesting.
But anyways,
Yeah,
that's
so I was like, no Roblox. And then I'm not gonna name where, but
yeah.
he went to a camp and they did use Roblox.
Yes.
So then I'm like, okay, great. Like now, like
It's
and I'm sure they were like in a parameter that like it was, acceptable
safe.
and safe
Yes.
because, they had people there like monitoring. But then when he got home, then he's like, well, I want to play Roblox.
Yes.
And the thing is, my husband and I disagree on
Yeah.
the way, like how to approach this,
Yes.
not problem, but like this roadblock issue, I would
Yeah.
say. So basically, I mean, like, my son was maybe like 9. Yeah, yeah, he must have been at least 9. So and we kind of know him that he is like we explained to him like the bad things that can happen. And so my husband's theory is just that you teach him,
Yeah.
and he is the more mature type, I would
Yeah.
say, like, and so
Oh yeah.
depending on the
Compared
child.
to my kid,
So
100%.
like, and there's certain primary, like we really like drill it in, and then we're there while he's playing.
Yeah.
So like, and it's one of those things, like I saw my husband's viewpoint, and it's just then, and then if he allows him, and like when I'm not home, he's playing, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, so at the end, I'm like, okay, well, like,
You kind of have
so,
to
yeah.
give in when it's
Well,
it's
it's one of
something
those
that's
things, like, okay, you
yeah.
disagree, but then like I see his point, so
Yes.
hopefully, like, things are okay,
Yeah.
like we'll
I mean,
see.
again,
So
I think maturity comes into a huge play when it comes to Roblox
yeah,
as well. Again,
yeah,
you know, my son, he loves video games, and I
yeah,
have nothing against video games. I
yeah,
think that's one of the areas that they use as their, I don't know, like clocking out. Like
yeah,
they want to be on there, and I'm
yeah,
fine with it, you
yeah,
know. But it's just Roblox is just
yeah.
not for
Nope,
me, you know.
absolutely, yeah,
So that's my second no. So
yeah,
social media, it's a no for me.
yeah,
Too young,
yeah,
don't need it.
yeah.
What do you need it for? Um, Roblox is a no. And also my third no is YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, yeah, like what's the harm? YouTube
Mm-hmm.
kids,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then there's very not great content
Yeah,
out there, even on YouTube
yeah,
kids.
yeah, yeah,
And I think one of the big reasons why I say no, and it's not just for my son too, it's also for my daughter,
mm-hmm.
like for her 7-year-old little brain.
Yeah,
I don't like that they are mindlessly scrolling. Like
yeah,
we doom scroll,
yeah. Oh,
but
absolutely.
that's okay.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I
of
mean?
course.
Like we've lived through teenage
Yeah,
years, childhood, and we got to where we are. We know when to stop. But
yeah,
for them, they don't have that
yeah,
urgency or they
yeah,
don't have that mental ability to be like, okay, no,
yeah.
that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't even watch something for more than,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know, like 20 no, not
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
10
The
seconds.
attention span.
It's so short and
Yeah.
they just move on to the next thing.
I agree.
And half of the things that they're watching, I'm sorry, it's just not
It's just
brainless,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's my take. Again,
Yeah.
this is all just
Yeah. And,
me.
yeah.
I don't
And I think
I'm not saying you shouldn't do
yeah.
that. I
You know what
understand
that
that.
reminds me of? Like obviously, like we're parents and each family has their own thing, right? Like
Yeah.
how like is it parenting is a choice, right? It's just like, like for a 3-year-old, do you just take away the pacifier? Like back
Yeah.
then, like
Yeah.
like it just like it just kind of carries through.
Yeah.
And it's just and I remember when I mean this is like my son's 10 now, so it's a long time ago when he was a baby or an infant. But there's so many like you would read up on things. It's like what
Yes.
is the right choice? Right? And I always think it's whatever works for your family.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
I agree.
and you always know your kid the best, right?
Yes. And
So
some parents are busy, and
yeah,
the easiest
yeah,
way for them
yeah.
to
So I
have
don't think I think it's just hard. Like there's
yeah.
we're just trying to like see different side of things.
Yeah.
When like Sarah and I
100%.
here already like Nick can have YouTube and or
Yeah.
watch YouTube and Roblox. So like it's just depending on your choice.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
100%. Like, my son likes to watch Stranger Things. I'm like, that's fine. I'm
Oh,
like, I
see
watch
that
it too.
I don't your thing.
Really? Why?
No. Because like if he gets nightmares, guess who's gonna do it?
Oh, okay. I see what you. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
He's okay. Like when it comes to like Netflix, he's still
yes.
watching like kiddie shows. Like he's not like.
Oh.
I think even Harry Potter, we stopped at like what number
Oh,
4? We never went
really?
back. Yeah.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
my son watches Fresh Off the Boat. He was actually telling me about, Mom,
Yeah.
what's Asian flesh? And I was like, oh, let me tell you what that is,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess again,
Yeah.
like,
Like I don't
your
know.
view,
He's
your
still-
point of view and my point of view is so different. That's
Yeah.
why I think this podcast is so interesting because we have very different perspective and we're raising similar age group, the same basically.
That's right.
And like it's nice to hear, what other parents are doing and what
and
they're doing. And you can take away from
and
me,
like,
I can take away some things from
and
you.
we're all
and
trying to do our best, right? And what works for the family and what you think is best for your child. So
yeah, no, I agree.
Mhm,
Okay,
right?
so going back to mom brain
Oh yes.
and AI, let me give you examples on what I use them for, I guess. I would go to the grocery store and I would stand there and I would obviously try to look for the best deal,
Of course.
especially at Costco too.
Ah, yes.
And on their display, it'll say, how many dollars per unit for this, I don't know, paper towel, right? Or I don't know, like dishwashing pods for this amount for however many units and whatever. Before I would stand there and I would pull up my calculator and I'm like, oh, okay, like which is a better deal? Now I just take a picture.
Oh, I love that.
I take a picture of item A.
Yeah.
I take a picture of item B.
Yeah.
Put it into group chat. And by the way, I have a subtopic for projects in my ChatGPT for grocery shopping.
I love that.
For grocery shopping.
I love that.
And it will tell me, oh, Sarah, this is a better deal based on X, Y, and Z. This is not a good deal. Maybe wait until the next time. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even have to use my brain.
Yeah.
So for that, I love it. I love it. But if it's for emotional stability, I wouldn't go to ChatGPT for something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want my kids to go on ChatGPT for something like that either. What else do I use it for? Making lists. I have list among lists. I have a notebook here to make lists. I have a skylight calendar back
Sarah
there to make
list.
lists.
She's very organized. I'm the opposite.
List upon list. And sometimes ChatGPT helps me categorize and organize all this. Yeah. So it's great, you know? My partner likes to use it to cook. He was never a cook, but he makes the best freaking oven roasted chicken.
Oh,
It's
amazing.
so good.
The recipes from ChatGPT.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yes. I do think that the recipes I've tried so far with Chat, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I'm really into, I was telling you, the sweet potato.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be really healthy, one of the like the better kind of carbs out there. So I okay, background. I am not a chef. Like I suck at cooking. But I was like, I don't even know how to make like sweet potato, right? So then
Yeah.
it gives me like different ways that and then I'll be like, but I want it to be like healthy. So because
Yeah.
a lot of the recipes like, oh, you add olive oil or like oil and seasoning. So I'm trying to like be like less salt
Yeah.
and like less
Yeah.
oil. So I just literally just bake it. But like, how long? I mean, I don't even know, right? So give
Yes.
at least like the how long and the temperatures, and it's always right.
No, it's amazing. I think some of the
Yeah.
things that ChatGPT can do is great.
Yeah.
However, yeah, again, going back to the emotional part, I wouldn't want any of my kids to be going on ChatGPT
No.
to tell them about their day and,
No, that's the scary
talk
part.
about
No,
their feelings.
no.
That's what we're here
I
for,
don't even really know if like adults, like I know adults do, but I personally don't really know if that's like something that I want to do.
No. You know what?
You
I
know?
lied. I did when
Like, yeah, how do we feel about that?
okay, so back in Christmas, this past Christmas, when we went to Mexico, and my son, when I was telling you, the 18-month-old now, well, he was 15 months at the time. And he had the febrile seizure.
Yeah.
That's a whole different story.
Another day.
Another day. But when we went back to our resort after it happened, I was on ChatGPT, not looking for emotional stability.
Yeah.
Like that's what my partner was there
Yeah.
for. Like we were
Yeah.
both obviously pretty traumatized from the situation. But I was on there just saying, here are all the things that had happened.
Yeah.
But the response
Yeah.
from chat to me was very warm.
Yeah. Do you like
very personable.
that?
It really drew to my feelings at the time.
Yeah.
So I can understand why some people use it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
That was the extent
Yeah.
of it. It was like, oh, Sarah, you're a great mom. Just keep looking out for these things.
And did
things
it
are
make
going to
you
be
feel
okay.
better?
It did.
You know what?
It really did.
For me too. For me too. Sometimes like that's a great question. Like, oh, that's a great question, Emily. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
It's that personable
I do like that.
response that it's giving you.
You know what the funny thing is? So I use AI for so I'm doing my MBA.
Yeah.
Right. So I use it for like assignments and things like that.
Yeah.
And the people say, don't use ChatGPT, or there are prompts that you can put in ChatGPT, so it's not agreeing with you. So because in certain areas, like you don't want them, you want ChatGPT to poke holes through your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So I guess depending
like
on the
challenge
situation,
your thoughts.
yes. So, but I do agree, certain situations it is nice to get that. Like, don't worry, you know, like,
things are gonna be
great.
fine. Just make sure. And then I remember there was one where it's like, I put in, I need to make sure to see our family doctor when we come back. And it was like, do you want us to set a reminder for you? And I was like, heck yeah. And I don't remember if it actually did give me a reminder in the end, because I was pretty on it myself. But I was like,
no, I agree.
Remind me. Like, thank you.
No,
and I said thank you too.
Yeah.
It was like talking to a person, So
yeah.
again, I could see why people would want to use it, to have that kind of feedback.
Obviously, we grew up like, we're social people. We have good friends in our lives. So we don't use ChatGPT as like therapist,
No.
But obviously we know, well, I don't know anyone personally, but according to studies, a lot of people use ChatGPT for that. So and maybe it's a younger generation, I'm not sure. But do you think our kids, the new generation, will use that?
I do.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I I think money comes into play as
Yeah.
well. When you don't have insurance, or
Mm,
if you don't have
that's fair.
insurance
Yeah.
with your work,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a lot of money to fork
No,
out,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And some people are privileged
Yeah.
enough to be able to
Yeah.
use those
Yeah.
resources, and then some people aren't.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see it from both
Yeah.
sides,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that eventually it will
Yeah.
turn into a therapy session
Mm-hmm.
for our kids or for other people
Yeah.
because it's just so accessible. It's right there,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
and it's a little bit
Maybe this is
scary to
another
me.
topic that we can dive into another
For
day because I
sure.
know there are studies. I mean, like that is kind of like the scarier areas for
Yes,
kids.
it
And I
is.
know like all the a lot of the like OpenAI and like
Yeah.
other companies are trying to have some guardrails around
Yes.
that. I have not been on top of that part of the news to see where things are. I know ChatGPT you can have like a parental control,
Yes.
and but even then, like I don't know like how things are in that front, but I can see it just getting better, right?
There's
And
more
then
restrictions
more
to,
restrictions and
yeah.
things, but as of now, like 10-year-old, there's no need.
No.
No.
But I do think that
Yeah.
there needs to be some stronger restrictions around
Yeah.
that so that, kids
Yeah.
and other people are not relying ChatGPT on,
Mm,
I don't know, like
yeah.
as a therapy
Yeah.
session.
So I think
you
we're
know?
just like we're adults, so like we're using it in a way
Yeah.
that really can benefit us.
Yes.
Without like us losing anything. I feel like, critical thinking and
Yeah.
things like that. But for the younger generation, I am worried. Like I just
Yeah.
don't know.
It is. It's just it's so accessible.
Yeah,
It's
like
so easy for them.
yeah,
Everybody has a phone,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you just need to download the app
yeah,
and boom, right there.
yeah.
Or even on your computer, right?
No, for sure.
And yeah, it's definitely a scary world. I think
Where it's
that
changing so fast.
it
And
is.
it's just
And we have to prepare our kids for it. And
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why you and I are, you know, doing this little project at our kids' school
Yeah.
and
Teaching kids
teaching them
AI. Yeah.
AI and teaching them about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, we don't want to wait. You want to be on top of it.
Well, it's
And
here. It's and it's not going away. So might as well just it's like any technology, right? Like it's so
yeah,
like an internet, for example, right? Like
yes,
it's so scary at the beginning.
it was so foreign.
And
Do you remember when
right?
you first had a computer?
My brother did have one. That he's quite a bit older than me, so he did have one, and I could occasionally use it. But
Yeah.
I do remember.
I
Yes.
think I remember it was like grade 5 or grade 6, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so new.
Yeah, it
And
was
it's the
new.
same feeling
yeah.
for our kids
Yeah.
now,
And like it can be you can use it in a really good way,
Yes.
or it can just be really bad. So it's just we're at that phase that it's like how do we put these guidelines, right?
Yes.
And again, like each family, each parent has their own thing, right? Like what they
Boundaries.
think boundaries and what they think is right for their kids, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but in terms of like school, like I think it helps. Like,
Yeah.
so when for the spelling test, they
Yeah.
now have to, I think like write a sentence
Oh yeah.
or like something, right? So
Yep.
then we put the words in and then it will give you, what it means and like examples of like sentences, and that helps them learn. Like if I was to do that, I would be like, well, I don't think I would have done that actually. It probably took too long.
Yeah.
Because, and this week, I don't know if your class, but like 40 words.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
oh
what?
man.
Like spelling test
Oh.
every week. And last week, I think they missed it. So I was like,
Yes.
yeah, we're not coming with 40 sentences. But
Yes.
AI, it took 2 seconds.
Yes.
1 second, not even.
Speaking of which, my son forgot the spelling words.
Oh no.
But luckily,
Was it in Google?
no, actually I didn't look,
Yeah.
but I was able to go into group chats and ask
Yeah.
other moms.
Oh, perfect.
So, again, having these group chats are amazing.
I
It's
love
like
it.
if
How
you're
did
missing
how did
something,
we grow up without group chat?
I don't know. I
Right?
don't know. I mean, grew up with like ICQ and
Oh my
MSN,
gosh, yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no. And you know what? This week, how did my son use ChatGPT? We used it for his essay and writing
Mhm.
citations.
Yes. Citations.
I was like, what is the point of
Yeah.
actually learning how to write your citations? Like, that is such a waste of
Mhm.
time.
It
Even
is.
when I was in I think when I learned it when I was in high school, I was like, this is
I don't
so,
remember. Maybe
it's
junior high.
important.
Yeah.
100% it's important. But now,
Yeah.
is it that important to teach how to write it
Yeah.
versus when you can get it done in less than
Yeah.
5 seconds?
Yeah, especially all the formats that are out
You
there.
know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I was like, I said to him, you know what? Don't worry.
Mhm.
Like, if you have to throw somebody under the bus at school and
Yeah.
your teacher said, wow, like this is perfect, just say,
Yeah.
my mom helped me out.
Yeah.
And we use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe there's another topic that we can talk about how to use AI with school and like,
yeah,
that,
no, that's
yeah.
definitely.
Let us know if that's something you guys want to
Yeah.
hear more about.
Yes.
Because I have my thoughts. Because again, like I'm doing school right now.
Yes.
And how I use chat or like AI to help my school and which part I'm comfortable with using.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the same thing would I want my son to be using it the same way when like because I know I can write an essay. I know how to do certain things. I know I can, right?
Yeah.
I already have those skills. But then for like, like a high school student or like a junior high student, like what I think they should be using the same way, maybe not.
Yeah. No.
But another big topic.
Yeah.
Revisiting.
Yeah. I agree. There's just so many different.
I'm like, we're using our phone to film. So I'm like, using my phone. If I had chat, just remind me.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Send a
yeah.
reminder. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I think that's it for our first episode.
Hope you guys liked it and we
Yeah.
weren't awkward. So, this is just like a taste of how,
Yes.
our
Yeah. This is
future
basically
episodes.
how Emily and I talk.
Yeah, we're just hitting record.
We're just hitting the record button
Yeah.
and we're chatting.
Yeah. No, for
Oh
sure.
man, we have so many other things to talk to you guys about. It's gonna
Lots. There's like a long list.
be
Really fun stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So
I'm excited.
we are hoping that you will stay tuned.
Yes.
And we are going to drop a new episode every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And so
Stay tuned.
keep an eye out for us. And
Yes.
like Emily said, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.